we kind of came at this one backwards. We're at about the southeast corner of the property on the gravel easement road, and we're looking north. The land is on the right. So we actually came in from the north off the county road, went about a mile on the easement road, which dead ends right at the end of the property, and then we turned around and we're going to go from south to north to kind of check this one out. So if you look behind us, you can see there's a fence and an open field. That's just south of the property. So you've got a fence on that south side. And then here, the topo map shows a really nice knoll along the west side of the property, and then it slopes down gently as you go toward the east. So we're going to drive a little bit and check that out, and do a drone video as well, and get that on the listing. Okay, so as we head north, that's the property on the right. This was recently logged, which you can't really see just yet, but you will see that in a little bit. For some reason, they didn't do much logging on this area. Great area for deer and turkey. We've been out here. We did one other video on a property basically just across the road, and we saw 5 deer. A mommy deer and 4 little fawns were right on the property and kind of slowly walked away from us. So here you can see a lot of medium-sized trees, a few larger trees as well, and then you can start to really see the signs of the logging. This was recently logged, and the loggers basically didn't do any cleanup, which is extremely common. And oftentimes we'll come in and spend a few days and clean up a property just using a skid steer or a tractor and a couple chainsaws. What we've opted to do on these tracks out here is leave them just as they are and drop the price as low as we could. So if you don't mind a property that's had some logging done, you're going to get a really good deal. You've got a couple options. I mean, you can do what we often do and clean this up. You certainly don't have to clean up the entire piece of acreage because it is huge. What most people would do would probably be clean up a driveway and maybe about a 1/4 acre or 1/2 acre campsite or building site. So when you come and visit your property, you'll have a beautiful usable area. So that's one good option. The other thing you can do is do nothing at all and use it for camping and hunting. Even by this first springtime, this is going to look substantially better. This is the very first winter since this property was logged. And that's why you still see, on the limbs that are down, you still see the leaves and whatnot. So by next year, a lot of that stuff will have already started to rot away, and the leaves will come out. This actually has quite a bit of medium-sized timber left, so all these trees will leaf out. This will look so much better, even the first springtime. And then year 2, year 3, I mean, it'll look better and better. So, I mean, I feel a little bit salesman-y calling this an opportunity, but I mean, that is kind of what it is. It's an opportunity to get a large property with owner financing substantially cheaper than other tracts we've sold and other tracts that I've seen other people sell. And unless you're a timber guy, you probably don't have a use for the huge commercial-sized oaks. I mean, they have a lifespan. They don't live forever anyway. So I get in conversations with people that don't want to cut any tree ever, and I'm not trying to turn this video into one of those, but oaks have a lifespan. You won't find a 500-year-old oak in the Ozarks. Generally about 100 years, sometimes a little more before they start to go downhill, and they're hogging, while they're dying, they're hogging all the resources from what could be a number of mid-sized trees or large trees within the area. So oh, that's an armadillo. Hey, buddy. He's my second one I've seen this year. When I moved to Missouri, I had no idea that we had armadillos, but we do. They have extremely poor eyesight and hearing, but he probably smells me. I should mention that I don't, as far as I know, I don't smell terrible, but they have a pretty good sense of smell. And he kind of wandered off there. But anyway, large property. You're going to have some stunning views. I mean, I would love to spend a couple days with our guys here and do some cleanup and pick some views. We've worked in Douglas County for years, and I know that the views can be phenomenal. As if you can kind of look through these trees, you see that ridge to the east about a mile off. If there were a swath of trees cleared by a building site, I mean, you'd be staring just straight onto that ridge. And that's where the sun is going to rise, coming up over that ridge on the east. So world-class views out here, especially if you clear out a few of the smaller trees. So check us out at InstantAcres.com. We're going to do a drone video as well. So if the property is available, you'll see it on the website. We don't get a lot of these larger tracts. We happen to have a few right now because we just got this project, but they're basically selling as fast as we put them on the market. So if this is something that interests you, you may want to pull the trigger on it, or give us a call in the office, or send us an email at sales@instantacres.com, and we can answer any questions you have. And if this property is sold, we'll find you something else that's going to suit your needs. InstantAcres.com.